And the reason so many patients get undiagnosed or they get misdiagnosed is because a lot of the symptoms of endometriosis basically overlaps with other common conditions like PID, recurrent bladder infection, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome. So these patients get labeled with different diagnoses, yet their pain is never addressed. The other issue is we really don't have any tests, to diagnose it with. I can't do a blood test or do an ultrasound. Well, I can diagnose severe stages on ultrasound, but usually it's tough to diagnose it just by seeing the patient. So for me, I have 3 red flags in my office. Let's say for your annual exam, you sit on my chair and without me asking, you bring up painful periods, that's the first red flag. I've been to a gynecologist, I've never brought up pain. I'm here for my pap smear and that's it, right?
Yeah.
As soon as someone says, and doctor, you know what, my periods are very painful, boom, first red flag. Second is if you stay home from school or from work, because you're in pain, if you can't go on stage, if you can't go to work, right? You were telling me sometimes it's very difficult for you to go on these shows.
I've worked with food poisoning, and it was easier than working. You can't even tell that I was sick because it was easier than working with my period.
Right.
While on my period.
So that's my second red flag. And the third one, which is almost a stamp of diagnosis, if you end up in the emergency room with pain during your period, it's a red flag.
I think this segment has maybe been one of the most educational we've ever had on our show in 10 years.
Wow.
And certainly, we'll have more resources on our website. A reminder, 1 in 10 women suffer from this here in the U.S. I want to thank Kate Halsey so much for opening up.